Well, how about that?
Each one of these pyramids can grant you an evolution to your body, usually with like some type of superpower. Not every type, but depending on who you are and how much you impress them, that will go into that. So be very loving and trade what you're good at, hire yourself on skills, abilities, things you can do for the place. Mostly camouflage now. Anytime you want to initiate things like that, just AI yourself.
I'm so stable.
Again, can you connect with that level of love, of gratitude, of energy, of how all this greatness is embracing you and helping you remember? The last one would be like the sun, representing the energy of the blossom of the feminine and the masculine. We have specific parts in our brain, like the pyramidal member in our bulb, the rachidius bulb, bulborachidium. I will tell you what the exact name, but it's in this back part, and that's the pyramidal element, and it's connected to what the pyramid functions in our biology. So this is also very important to know that every initiation that was done, they knew that it was not something happening outside, it was happening within. That is the most important part.
So the sacred geometry is activated inside of us as well, whenever we see it external.
Yes, exactly. It's a reflection from within. That's why it's manifesting outside, because it's coming from within.
Talk about it being like a free energy device, kind of being a river underneath and based on the material, and accumulation of energy, and it not being fully activated, but still having some activity. Healing, of course, like what they've done with the experience with the Nubian pyramids and the healing effect it has on people. Orgonite effect, having that on a ley line. What if you want to go into like pyramid capstone and what it had, like when it has smooth surface and
Well, you can say that maybe the last layer of all the pyramids was weared out because of the time, weather, and so forth. But actually, the pyramids, and in that case, they took a lot of the blocks to build the houses. For instance, the most important mosque here, which is even has the name of Muhammad, the Prophet, it was done of pyramid blocks. And also saw there are a lot of places in downtown Cairo where you will see glyphs because they removed them from the temples. How I see it is like they did a puzzle, but an upside down puzzle. So it's like taking pieces from some places that don't make sense in another. So it's distorting the matrix a lot and creating a lot of interference. No wonder the unconscious collective is so messed up at some point and generating so much chaos. Nevertheless, they continue to keep order because the grid continues entangled onto some extent of a high level consciousness. Can you imagine how it was at that time?
Also, I'm mostly tuning this one first, and then of course we have more time with that one later. This, if it likes you and your higher self trades enough stuff that you're good at, higher self, from all your past lives, it will give you 2 years extended onto your life. Also, all these pyramids are good at summoning anyone, things, all that needs, especially as it gets better. They're alive. They actually have a spirit. They contact me, like when we were having things about like scheduling, and we were like, oh, should we get the private tour? And then it like contacted a big burst in my ear, like, yeah, you gotta get it. And it gave me a bunch of visions and dreams. And so these have like a big overarching spirit and a big collective to them. You can become very good friends with them. To be very loving. And then, so you can go through its mystery school and get really good at law of attraction, physical object conjuration, people conjuration, so whatever kind of like thing where your brain in your life also goes into like the whole step down concept that I'm going to be going through for mystery school, where you're stepping down things in creation from higher dimensions into physical, which these are very good at, and a lot of
That's how the pyramids were used precisely to go into those sarcophags and deliver the inner energy in a very specific way that you could and even leave the body, so they physically up to the top and come back. When we go into the third one.
You want to talk about the whole alchem, like concept of the Black Land, which used to be the name for Egypt. Get all this gold, and it's like because there's not that many mines for gold in Egypt, and it goes to alchemy and like the gravitational pumps where you could like make gold into. There's like a whole process of bringing material out of way similar to what state matter, where you can bring more weight and mass out of weight. So the pyramids go into that heavy. Since we only have a few hours. It's an easy way that doesn't like take or give, like physical, and it gives back a lot of what you're good at healing. You got to get rid of your doubt and your judgment on yourself. It's letting the first organ coming out of the heart is the tongue, and the brain forms around it, and it's allowing it to flow, so it's directly connected to the subconscious. So you get your ego out of the way. You allow it to flow. It will sound like gibberish, like what you did when you were a kid, when you're just talking whatever nonsense. It's not about like the sounds is not the biggest thing. It's about how much light and codes and intention you put into it. So you'll have an internal dialogue and an external output. The internal dialogue is more important. So when you're practicing it, you can have an internal dialogue like a prayer of like if you want to summon rain or clear the sky if it's cloudy, or bring healing to a person, which can bring tears to their eyes and heal or lighten your heart. Things that you'd practice with it, such as shielding, healing, offense, defense, fortressing. It can last for weeks in your aura instead of just English, which is very reversed, such as sacred geometry, linguistics like Hebrew, Sanskrit, Gaelic, and other stuff, which is strong. And there's older languages you can tune into. That will be coming out in your DNA depending on where you are, what you're integrating, etc. So you're connecting, you're trying to feel into a song in your heart. This is how I do it. It's playing. It's kind of like we'll know a lot about this kind of thing. It's like a melody, and you start with the emotion where you're at, kind of like Beethoven will do, where it's like a back and forth, and you slowly rising up an emotion to bring it towards the intention that you want it, like you're uplifting. But you got to do it like in a flow that actually brings it up in results of how you feel, and you'll start feeling it rise if you're wanting to bring excitement or love or like a confidence, some type of effect. And you'll combine that heart song with a vision of what you want to create, like seeing the sky clear or a person being healed or you being healed or whatever. And so that third eye plus heart plus your voice, and you can connect the other chakra intentions, such as what you're creating from your sacral. You ground the crap out of it, and then a bunch of knowingness coming in through your crown, and that being conveyed in what you're wanting intentions, but also what your higher self wants to bring out in that time, and letting go and not limiting it and allowing it, like unconditional love allows it to expand even more. So give it a shot. No one's judging you. Even if it's like gibberish and you feel like you're not doing anything, you're allowing your higher self to emanate through it as a frequency carrier wave. Sacred geometry, linguistics, linguistic wave genetics. It allows you to program your DNA. There's a lot of things to it that have been verified by science. You'd be able to create. And of course, how material can collect information or sound of everything it records. So project healing and things that your higher self knows the place wants in commerce, and you'll be amplifying how fast you do it in the medium of this time and the space of what you're at, which will allow you to integrate more coming back to. And it'll be like the place taking a truck and like bringing a bunch of packages to you to eventually later integrate, which may take weeks. So yeah, feel free to sing. Everyone sing. No one's gonna judge.
Are we singing the same words that you're saying, or we're gonna try to?
No.
Okay, that's
the thing, like
that's where I was stuck.
Yeah. Don't try to sync with me or anyone else. Try to feel into a song in your heart.
Okay.
And
so
play it.
Okay.
And don't judge. Don't
Okay.
no one's judging you. Be in your own space. Yeah, and do what you can while you're here. It's a great opportunity. So like I'll be an example. La mete la hamehina famo sureki. And so you can just like go with the flow of a song in your heart. And yeah, go as you wish. If you don't want to sing, that's fine.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
That's very important. Like to follow your own voice, as Sean said. Like don't care about anything else. It's just you and the space expressing through you. And the beauty, one of the beauties about light language, how I perceive it, is that as it's new, it's virgin to your cognitive thinking. So it's not like you are connecting your thoughts, like if you said one word and then leads you to another thought, and then it got you thinking about one reality and that you're lost.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's just pure
Avoid the
emanation
words.
of words that are new to your cognitive thinking. You're just expressing them, allowing the sound to be. You don't care. You're just allowing your soul to express, to bringing all that sound that has been captive. And there is no good, no bad, no melodic, no not melodic. It's just you expressing to the fullness of the place, and the fullness of the place echoing back to you. So the more you contain all that energy in a sphere of love to your truth, to your wholeness,
the more you're expanding
Yeah.
who you are, and the place blesses for you to do that.
Exactly. And again, it's about the internal dialogue. So say something internally, let go of the need to control and get the ego out of the way with the external. Let it just flow like subconsciously. It will be like gibberish and whatever in the beginning, and it will have a flow. And after doing it a while and practicing the shower in the car, and then when you share with somebody, after a point of doing it enough, you'll bring tears to somebody's eyes. That's a good marker stone that you're doing good. And some people like to define stuff like, oh, it sounds like French, it sounds like Japanese. Tune into different stuff, try different stuff. You can even use a melody of a song you really like. It's okay. It's mostly about the internal dialogue and how much light you're putting into the carrier wave. The tones are secondary. Yes, they have a science to them that can amplify, and there's incantation and stuff to that. But that's secondary. Start with this, get rid of the doubt, allow it to play, get good at this, and then you can get even more in-depth toning, the aspects of the like the stuff that you're weak at, and then going into toning and making that into a healing yourself. There's so many aspects to the voice in technology. So, and there's some people that are like, oh no, that's not light language. There's many types.
Right, that's
so
what I was.
Be okay with.
Because light
This
is
is
light.
much better.
Light is light.
Yeah,
Light is
yeah.
energy.
It's more
Yeah.
free. Don't let judgment come in. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. And you're capable to, like Sean was saying, emanating, like as soon as you go further and going more profound into your capabilities, you're capable to visualize how you're emanating geometries to the places, and even specific waves, and chanting spell, that's another. Yeah, that's a very special one. But anyway, like prayers or whatever you want to give a specific message to the place or a code. Now, one thing we have, we are being kept by the SAD, who's taking care of the policemen. So, but there is also like a very thin line in the matrix here. That we're capable to do anything we want as long as we go into the time frame that we do and finish. Because if we overstay in that time frame, then chaos generates, and then people come and you cannot
It's a
do
window.
this. So we need to know how to play and to live in unity, but if all of at once go together here, so it's just about, each one doing their own thing and feeling that state of coherence, which what we are already doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe so we got 2 hours, so let's do it. And so that's why I'm like, sing, because it's a good time with what we have, and to amplify as much as you can. And again, it lasts for weeks in your aura. You amplify your own body, but like do what you can while you're here with intention to give in healing and what your higher self automatically wants to put in your voice, and just be a carrier wave and let it flow. Let the tongue, like an orchestrator, like you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Just like but it feels good, kind of thing. Go along with that.
I have a question.
That's some class.
If you're unresonated by that, you can go back in time and clear the space, and it's mostly about detaching all negative intentions from other things and clearing it and purifying it to where it's a specific intention that you define. Okay? And if you want to specifically define, like in my light language, right, you can even make an I am statement or whatever kind of authority statement where you're like, in the light language I'm doing now, I'm specifically trading with the pyramids and healing and giving like copies and doing an ability that my higher self is good at for the pyramid that it wants in exchange for something that I would deeply value. And you just be specific and you like initiate that. Anything outside that, fuck off. And then if you read it later with muscle testing that it's being infiltrated or whatever, then just go back in time and send fortressing and all that to make it purify again. Nothing's super set in stone in this type of thing, unless you make it.
take responsibility for what I'm doing. No, I do feel you, and I know what I think, you know. And it's a common feeling that we all face because we have a lot of memories going on. And the thing is that the message that I have always received is that whatever we did, it was always the best that we could have done. Everything that can be generated from one. And it has to do a lot of memories. You will explore it.
I think it seems to me as two ice walls.
Yes.
Tunnels have a
Have you heard
maze
about the
underground?
library?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard about the giant ship?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I tuned into when I came
Yeah.
here. But